Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we are going to present to you about factors affecting customer buying laptop. Before that, we want to thank Madam NAJIHAH Muhammad Yusuf for guiding us while doing this project. Next, this is our group members. NURUL NAJIHAH binti Muhammad FADZIL, Faqihah Syazwani binti ABDUL, NURATIQAH HANIM binti TAJULARRFFEN, ANISAH binti AHMAD, MARZUKI binti MOHAMAD.
We start from the background of study. Nowadays, Gazette is one of the most important things that people must have to complete their works. Either students, office worker or teachers, they must have it at least one. One of the gadgets that people frequently use is laptop. To choose suitable laptop, people need to know some information about the laptop, such as the type, name, weight, screen size, and also the operation system.
Nowadays, laptops are one of the most important technologies to have, especially during this pandemic era. It is useful for students and working people. Due to pandemic era, every student should have laptops to make sure they follow their lesson either in a school or university. Unfortunately, almost everyone does not know the aspect to consider when buying a laptop. Some people only have very little knowledge about the laptop. They didn't know about the detailing of the laptop, such as RAM. Thus, they will decide to buy any laptops either they are cheap or brands that are familiar to them. On top of that, some people are coming with information technology program that know about the detailing of the laptop. These people will make a very wise decisions before buying the laptop. Other than that, some customers are coming from university students. They will choose a laptop that is suitable for their program course. For example, computer science student, they need to install a lot of programming courses, so they should look into a bigger hard disk or RAM. Customer need to know about the detailing of the product because every piece of information provided will affect the price of the laptop.
Next, we go to research objective. First, to determine the significant factor that attract customer to buy the laptop. Second, to identify the significant model that describe the price of the laptop. Third, to determine the significant relationship between price and the weight of the laptop.
The left pie chart shows the frequency of laptop companies. From the result, the highest laptop company that customers always choose with 90% is one, which has about 126 customers, while another 10% goes to zero, which is another company that has about 14 customers only. The right pie chart shows the frequency of RAM of the laptop. From the result, the highest RAM that customers always have for their laptop is 1, which is 76 customers compared to another RAM with 64 customers. The highest one represents 54.29% for category 1. The pie chart shows the frequency of laptop operating systems. From the result, the highest laptop operating system that customers always use is 1, with 126 customers representing 90%, while another 1 represents 10% only, with 14 customers. The left bar chart shows the frequency of weight of the laptop. From the result, we can see that the highest weight that customers need was 2.25 kg with 25.71%, and followed by 1.95 kg with 22.86%. So the conclusion is 2.25 kg is the best weight for a laptop for the customers to have a good choice. The right bar chart leads to the frequency of laptop screen size. The most screen size that customers always have is 16-inch with more than 70 customers choosing it and having 51.43% higher than others. From the bar chart, we can see that 13 and 14-inch have similar frequency, which is more than 20 customers. The lowest frequency is 11-inch with no customers.
My name is MARZUKI, and now I'm going to talk about the demographic analysis for our project. And okay, now as you can see here is about the table for demographic profile. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about it. And okay, the data collected is based on the company producing laptops, which are represented by 0 for Apple and 1 for others. We conducted some quantitative and qualitative variables, which are screen size, RAM, operation system, and also weight. For Apple, the total observation for Apple is 14 respondents, and the other company is 126 respondents. And for Apple, the maximum screen size is 15.4 inches, and the minimum is 12 inches. The maximum weight is 1.83 kilograms, and the minimum is 0.92 kilograms. So we can conclude that the mean is 13.714287, and the standard deviation is 1.1966988 for screen size, while the mean is 1.3921429, and the standard deviation is 0.28292020 for weight for company 0, which is Apple. The mean and standard deviation for a dependent variable, which is the price in euros for Apple, are 1641.66 and 620.45345544 respectively, with its maximum price in euros is about 2,858 and minimum is around 898. Alright, so based on the table, we can see that the number of observation for other companies that participate in this study is higher than Apple, which has 126 respondents. And for company 1, the mean screen size is 15.1976190, and the standard deviation is 1.2842719, while the maximum screen size is 17.3 inches, and the minimum screen size is 10.1 inches. Besides that, the maximum and minimum weight for company 1 is 3.2 kilogram and 0.69 kilograms respectively, while the mean is 1.9723810, and the standard deviation is 0.4684330 for the weight of laptop for company 1. The maximum price in euros for company 1 is around 2,449, and the minimum price is 191.90 cents. Based on the price between company 1 and 0, which is Apple and others, we can conclude that the price of a laptop from company 1 is cheaper than company 0.
From the linear regression result, we can see that this study involved 140 data sets from respondents. It shows the p-value is 0.001, which is smaller than alpha equal to 0.05. So we are 95% confident that model is a good fit model. The R-square is 0.3122, which means 31.22% at the total variance of the price is in euros, was explained by the company, screen size, the RAM, operation system, and also the weight. Based on the table above, it shows that there are about 2 variables that have p-value more than alpha equal to which is not significant. The variables that are not significant is screen and weight. The other variables are significant since their p-value is less than alpha equal to 0.05.
As we can see in the model summary, first, the error variance are not constant. Second, there is no linear relationship between each predictor and the dependent variable. Next, the predictors are independent of each other. Then, the means of the response for each predictor do not fall along a straight line and do not spread constantly across the range of the predictor. The error terms are not normally distributed with a mean equal to 0. Lastly, the error terms are independent.
The table above shows the ANOVA table that have the p-value less than 0.001, which means the alpha is less than 0.05. We can conclude that 95% confident the model is significant. Next, we go to linearity. The figure shows the scatter plot of the weight of the laptop and the price of the laptop. No linearity shown between the weight of the laptop and the price of the laptop. Next, we go to the next figure. The figure shows the scatter plot of the screen of size and the price of the laptop. No linearity shown between the size of screen and the price of the laptop since the scatter plot is not 45 degrees.
The QQ plot shows error terms are not linear because the points that were plotted in the graph are not near the line. Besides that, the points do not show a 45-degree line.
Alright, now I'm gonna talk about the consistency of the error variance. So as you can see, here is the residual by predictor for Y. So based on the residual by predicted value for price, the variance error is not constant and the plots are not random and are not spread along the horizontal bar.
Based on the table above, it shows that there are about two variables that have p-value more than alpha equal to 0.05, which is not significant. The variables that are not significant is screen and weight. The other variables are significant since their p-value is less than alpha equal to 0.05.
As we can see on the table right here, we can see that multicollinearity exists because all the variables where the tolerance statistic value, which is TOL, is smaller than 0.2 except RAM with 0.92362. Nevertheless, there is no variance inflection factor, which is BIF, because all the variable is the BIF is less than 10. Thus, we can conclude that multicollinearity exists for all variables except RAM.
Based on the Cook's D for price graph, there exist influential cases in the data series since the neither plot exceeds the limit line. The outlier exists because there are 11 points that lie outside the range of the limit line.
Based on the model in part A, we have identified that some of assumptions are not fulfilled. Thus, we make transformation of y by transforming y with the square root of y, which is square root y. A few significant variables have been removed, including our quantitative variable, which is x4 and x5, and the variables remaining such as the variable company x1 and RAM x2. Both of variables are significant since the p-value are less than 0.05. Hence, our best model as I state there.
Next, we go to model fitness. The table above shows that our p-value is 0.001, which is less than 0.05. Thus, the model is significant in determining the square root of the price of the laptop. In addition, we can figure out the sum of square error SSEs. Compared to the before, our SSE is lowering, which means it is getting better. It can be considered good. Next, we go to R square. From R square value, there is 25.8 85% of the total variation of the price is explained by the laptop company S1 and the RAM of the laptop S2. The balance of the total variations is explained by the other factor. From the table above, our project only have two significant variables, which are laptop company S1 with p-value less than 0.0001, and the second one is the RAM of the laptop with p-value 0.0012. The number of p-value must less than 0.05 for the independent variable to be significant variable.
So now I'm gonna talk about the normality. So as you can see here is the QQ plot of residual for square root y. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, and based on the QQ plot of residual for square root y, which is price, and after transforming y into the square root of y, it shows that the error terms are approximately normally distributed because the points that were plotted in the graph are located near the 45-degree line, and most of them did lie on the 45-degree line. So next we move to the consistency of the error variance. So the graph you see here is about the graph about residual by predicted for square root y. So the residual against the predicted value graph shows that the points are less scattered in the range between -10 until 10. So this can be proven that the error are approximately constant. Nevertheless, there are some outliers between 10 to 20.
Based on the table compared to before, the error terms are still independent even after removing three variables. It clearly shows that the error terms are independent since the W was is in the range 1.5 to 2.5, which is the value is 2.2.
Table shows that multicollinearity does not exist anymore. There's because only two variables left, which is laptop company S1 and RAM of the laptop X2. The tolerance statistic value is more than 0.2. There is no variant inflation factor because it is less than 10, which is 1.00314 for both variables. We need to drop the three independent variables, which are laptop operating system X3, weight of the laptop X4, and laptop screen size X5. We also make a transformation from the dependent variable y into square root of y. There are only two variables that are significant, which are laptop company X1 and the RAM of laptop X2, since their p-value are less than alpha equal to 0.05 respectively. The final model for this project can be y equal to 37.35649 minus 11.83183 x1 plus 3.92894 x2. The findings of this study have been supported by a reference from the research towards the information about a laptop. It then can help the customer to choose wisely when they want to buy a laptop. That's all from us. Thank you.